All right, so we're talking to David Howard. We had him on the show a number of times, sales manager at KFI, who lost his house entirely, and he's been quite the activist. Latest news this morning, David, is that the rewritten fire department report went through 7 drafts. Along the way, it was sent to Karen Bass's office. They wanted refinements.
I was driving home yesterday listening to your show, and my question was, who made that decision to make all those refinements and who approved it? Well, looks like the LA Times might have just given us that answer.
Not surprising. And of course, they're claiming they had nothing to do with all the revisions.
Well, they had, it seems now they had everything to do with all the revisions, right? Like, it wasn't as you know, the original author wouldn't sign his name to it because when he got it back, it was so redacted and so changed that he said, I can't support this. And so finally, thank God the LA Times is doing the work they're doing because they're making it all happen for us.
How would you describe the progress? It's been a year, and I'm looking around, and there are a few lots getting rebuilt, but vast majority untouched.
Yeah, I think the biggest impediment right now to growth is the insurance companies. There's so many people that don't know. It's not, building and safety is pushing through plans, but you can't push through a plan if you don't know what you're building, if you don't know how much money you have, if you don't know what you're capable of doing. So that's where the problem is right now, for the most part. But yeah, there's, we're talking about, I think 400 houses currently under construction, maybe 1,000 permits. Some of those may be doubled up based on ADUs and so forth, but there's still thousands and thousands of homes that have not been even begun to start to rebuild.
I'm sure you talk to like dozens, hundreds of people. Yeah. If there was one issue that was the most frustrating, is it insurance?
Oh boy, that's a good question. It's a couple things. Number one, it's the fact that the fire even happened to begin with. As we know, you've been reporting the Lockman fire. Should have been put out, should have been fully extinguished.
The milk veg plant.
The milk veg plant. The same plant that if you drive off any off-ramp in the city, it looks very familiar. That's what it looks like. And by the way, all those plants that they tried to save, those all burnt. They're all gone. They don't exist.
I found that the state reps, the park department reps, kicking out the LA Fire Department, and the fire department actually listening and leaving is one of the most outrageous aspects to this story.
Yeah, it's really unexplainable, to be honest. And then taking brush that they already cleared to protect the plants, it doesn't make any sense at all. So I think to answer your question, what's the most frustrating? Definitely the fact that the Palisades fire ignited as a result of complete incompetence of the original burn scar. And then obviously just fighting insurance companies. There's story after story after story of so many friends and neighbors and people who just joined, like today, that just can talk amongst each other, and to listen to their stories, it's heartbreaking.
Do you believe that every level of government failed every time? That nobody did the right thing even once, and they're still not doing it after a year? I mean, I find that astounding that it was a complete breakdown, and no one wants to accept responsibility.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. Back in the day, and I think we probably even talked about this before, when the dam burst in the 1930s under the watch of William Mulholland, and when he ran the LADWP, he was noble enough to say, you know what, under my watch this happened, I can no longer lead this department. Karen Bass needs to do the same thing as the mayor of the city. Janice Quinones needs to do the same thing as the head of LADWP. It has just been a lack of every single level, from the state to the city to all of our leadership, completely failed us. And it's when you're not living it every single day, it just becomes back page news. But it's not back page news to thousands and thousands of people. And the most important thing, John, is that this never happens again, because it's going to happen again. It could be Brentwood, God forbid. It could be Encino. It could be Woodland Hills. It could be the Hollywood Hills. But it's going to happen again. And if people don't, if our leaders don't get it together, we're going to be talking about this for a long time to come.
All right, thank you, Dean.
All right, thanks, John. Thanks for being here.